Yeah, I want to talk about why this viral 50-plus-year-old exotical biracial woman really has the internet triggered and talking. And it's because she is touching upon something that Black women all across the board care about: colorism, featureism, texturism, and specifically pretty privilege. And before I break this down a little bit more, I want y'all to see what she had to say in response to a lot of the negative feedback where people were pushing against her claims that she has pretty privilege. Let's hear what she had to say.
Yeah, I know this post done sparked up a whole bunch of shit. So hold on for a minute, because I'm learning. I'm learning. Teach me. Teach me that the pretty privilege is gone after the wrinkles come. Because I still experience it. And the wrinkles been there. That thing is embedded in there. Okay. So when does it stop again? I'm confused. I just got a compliment on my hair on Monday by 2 women. So I'm confused. I'm really confused. People compliment me every day on my eyes. Every day I get. One of my friends was with me one day and she was like, how do you not get aggravated by the amount of people that says you have pretty eyes every day? And I'm like, I look at every person as an individual. Every person who tells me your eyes are pretty, that's that person's very first time telling me that. So I'm going to give them the respect as if I've never heard it before. That's how I deal with it, because they're giving me a compliment. They're saying your eyes are pretty. Yes, I hear it all the time. It never gets on my nerves though. Like, why would you allow something like that to get on your nerves is what I should have asked her, but no, it don't. And at the same rate, y'all quit tripping. This shit ain't that serious. I think we should just call a spade a spade. People are coming for me because they are haters. It just is what it is. I mean, I get the whole colorism aspect. I get colorism too. I'm biracial. So I'm never white enough, never black enough. I always get that. Okay. We so over that shit. But I am also pretty. I am a conventionally pretty woman. I don't care what nobody says. I know what I see when I look in the mirror. And I know what type of privileges I've received and still receive to this day. If I go to a bar right now, there's an 80% chance that some man is going to come up and try to pay for my lunch. Is it because of the color of my skin? I don't think so. You do the math. I mean, it's not that hard. It's not rocket science, okay? I wasn't being conceited. I was being serious. I was saying that a lot of people think that because you're conventionally pretty, that your life is just all peaches and rainbows. It's not. We get hated on just as much, if not more, for being pretty. And as you can see in the comments, people are coming for me. And it's not because of my color. It's because I'm pretty. Y'all have a good day. Be blessed.
Okay, so y'all heard it. She's basically pushing back against the idea that she is not pretty, saying that people are hating on her, saying that people treat her wrong and people treat her worse because of her pretty privilege, and that ultimately these ladies are hating and they are denying the obvious. She also goes on to basically claim that she's not getting preference because she's light-skinned, although in the initial video she definitely did call out her features and her color of their skin. But nevertheless, she is saying that y'all just have to be in acceptance that she gets treated differently and sometimes gets treated worse because of her looks. Now, the initial feedback that I saw from many Black women was that what she was claiming actually had less to do or nothing to do with pretty privilege and had everything to do with colorism and featureism, right? Talking about how she mentioned the color of her eyes, she mentioned her skin tone, and she mentioned her hair texture. This is under the realm of colorism and featureism. So a lot of Black women, particularly dark-skinned Black women, were really quick to call that out. Let's also just call out the elephant in the room. This is an older woman. This is not a 20 or 30-year-old woman or somebody or even a teenager. This is presumably an elder who's going around talking about pretty privilege. And that is not something that you would expect, because at the end of the day, I would hope, or at least my personal opinion is, when you hit a certain age as a woman, you're just the things that you focus on and what you find value in shifts and change. Like, let's just be honest. A 50-year-old woman, a 60-year-old woman, whoever, she could take care of herself every single day and go to the gym. She's just not going to compare to somebody who's 19. And she's not supposed to. Like, the conversation doesn't need to be at 55, I still got it. At 65, I still got it. Like, at that point, hopefully you're talking about the pretty privilege your daughter or your granddaughter may have, or you are empowering young women to use the assets they have to better themselves, or to just ultimately you're empowering your daughters to be modest and to use your beauty in the right way and to not have it be taken advantage of, right? So like, when you're a 55-year-old woman, I don't even think you really need to be in the conversation of pretty privilege. Like, I think that's a young woman's conversation. So obviously you had women who were also just like, ma'am, respectfully, like, shouldn't you be like preparing for retirement? Like, do you really need to be out here talking about how you still got it in your 50s? And I think that is also something that is a huge issue with American culture. I've talked about this before. Like, what is the value of older women? And to me, the value of older women isn't that, okay, you're 50 and you're 60 and you still got it. Like, the value is hopefully the wisdom that you would bring, the insights that you could offer, like just the life experience, the spiritual guidance that you could provide. Like, there's wisdom that and leadership that older women really are supposed to provide younger women and younger generations that is crucial. But when you have older women who feel like they need to compete in the beauty Olympics, then their role and the value that they bring is completely and totally just missed. And so I think that is a pressure that unfortunately a lot of young older women find themselves in this. Also, like, okay, pretty privilege, I'm sorry, pretty privilege getting you somebody to buy you a drink or to compliment you on your eyes. Like, to me, that's nothing to really brag about if it's not leading to access to better wealth, access to better jobs, access to an overall elevated lifestyle. Like, if it's not leading to that, then to me, that's not really anything serious. And particularly if it's not led to marriage and a long-term successful marriage with a healthy, good man that can lead to legacy. Again, to me, it's just, okay, somebody compliments you on your eyes or somebody compliments you on your face being beat, your hair. Great. That doesn't mean anything. And I know some of you are going to say it's very male-identified and male-centered to center pretty privilege around your ability to secure marriage. And the only reason I bring that up is because, first of all, we know that ladies value the bag. They value money. They value wealth. They value nice things. And to this day, marriage is the only institution in America that is the most likely to secure assets, resources, and money for women. It's not to say that a woman can't be successful by herself, but she is far more likely to be able to attain wealth, legacy, money, and resources through marriage. And we can't get around that. Like, that's just statistically true. This whole conversation to me about the pretty privilege, colors and features and texturism, I think it is so overblown at the end of the day. I think some ladies really do get triggered by it, or some ladies focus on it so much because they either think that they have it and it makes them better, or they feel like they don't have it and it makes them worse, and neither is true. Like, you can be an average woman who doesn't feel like she benefits from it and still have a very successful and happy and fulfilling life. I mean, look at that lady who went viral just a few weeks ago, who claimed and who admitted that she is not conventionally attractive. She seems happy and joyful. It doesn't mean that she doesn't have hard moments, but she overall has a really happy and joyful life because her value is based upon things that are more important. Her relationship with God, her having intrinsic value as a human being, or in her finding other aspects about her personality and her personhood that are meaningful. So that is so much more important than you focusing on, okay, just trying to be pretty, because like that is going to fade. And if you don't find value in anything outside of that, then like when your body and your looks start to fade, then it becomes really depressing. And that's not to say that a woman cannot feel beautiful at any age. Of course, that's important to do so. I only argue that we have to move beyond the aesthetics of colorism, featurism, and texturism and recognize that women are so much more valuable than just the color of their skin, literally, or the color of their eyes. And particularly older women, I believe their greatest asset isn't their looks and isn't their ability to maintain their youth as long as possible, but it's supposed to be the wisdom that they can give to younger generations, particularly women, to empower them to grow into successful women themselves. But y'all, those are my thoughts. What do you think? Do you agree or disagree? Let me know down in the comment section. Thank you so much for listening if you've gotten this far, and we'll talk later. Bye.